Hello, I'm Tim Smith, and welcome to another Monuments Monday. Another unit that was involved in the action here on July 3rd is the 12th New Jersey. And the 12th New Jersey, the veterans came to Gettysburg and put up that monument, I believe, on May 26, 1886. It was the first monument from the state of New Jersey to be erected on the battlefield. So in 1886, when this unit put up this monument, it cost about $1,000. You can see it was different, and it was in a different location. When they got, a few years later, money from the state of New Jersey, along with all the other regimental associations from that state, they added a center block with a relief on it that features the Bliss Barn. And of course, it talks about how on July 2nd and 3rd, they were part of this fighting at the Bliss Farm out there in that direction. So they actually moved the monument, put a center block on, and then put up another marker out at the site of the Bliss Barn. And it has a really interesting relief of the barn on it. The other story I should tell you about the 12th New Jersey is they were a buck and ball regiment. And you can see on top of the monument, it features the buck and ball 69 caliber. So, you know, there was a wide variety of weapons used by the infantrymen at Gettysburg, and there was a bunch of different ammunition that was used. There's whole books written on just the ammunition used by the soldiers. But the 69 caliber round ball is a very large caliber musket that was used in the battle. So you fire that musket, and that large round ball hits your arm and almost rips it off. But that wasn't enough for the New Jersey soldiers. No. They added 3 little pieces of buckshot in the cartridge. That way, when the big bullet hits you, you got some little extra how do you do from the state of New Jersey. So an interesting thing happened in front of the 12th New Jersey monument in 1887. And let me just read from the Gettysburg newspaper, May 14th, 1887. On Tuesday, in plowing, Mr. Frederick Peffer came upon the remains of some 7 soldiers, supposed Mississippians, near the 12th New Jersey monument on the south side of the Emmitsburg Road. The bones were reburied. A week later, the paper mentions last week, Edward Peffer, who's the son of Frederick, whilst plowing a field east of the Emmitsburg Road, unearthed the remains of 7 Confederates who probably fell in front of Pettigrew's division. Their bones were reinterred. In the remains of the cartridge boxes were about 50 bullets, and also obtained were some Mississippi buttons. And what's fascinating about this story is a friend of mine, Eric Dorr, owns the Gettysburg Museum of History, and his great-great-grandfather is Frederick Peffer, and he has in his possession the buttons and the cartridge box and the accoutrements that were found from this grave on display in his museum. And he says that his grandfather told him that the bodies were dug up and just reburied behind the Bryan barn. And one of the things that's kind of interesting about the battlefield is from the time the Confederate bodies were removed from the battlefield, about 8 to 10 years after the battle, until the present day, I have a collection of like 50 newspaper articles where people have found skeletons on the battlefield over the years. And reading those accounts, they account for something like 200 Southerners that still remained on the battlefield whose remains have been found. And undoubtedly, there are still Southerners buried out here today. We just don't know exactly where or even how many. Thanks for watching. And if you like the content that we put on our YouTube channel, please like and subscribe and hit the notifications bell so you can learn of our upcoming videos.